Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be filming today's video. This is one of the videos that when originally thinking about starting this YouTube channel, was like, I need to do one of these videos because I love watching them. So today we are going to be building my TBR cart and making a TBR jar with prompts in that are going to help me to pick my monthly TBR each month. As I say, I love watching these videos. I love seeing how people kind of interpret the prompts and kind of having a selection of books to choose from to try and fit that prompt. I think it's so fun. It's like a little kind of mini scavenger hunt, and I'm hoping that it's just going to make me excited about creating that list of books each month and hopefully get through more of my TBR as we go along. So without further ado, let's build the TBR cart. So cute. This was actually so easy to put together. It took me less than 15 minutes. I did it by myself. It's quite sturdy, and there is so much space on here. A lot of the books on my shelf are shamefully unread. I say a lot, I have also read a lot, but I do have a lot of unread books on my shelf, and also some paperbacks that won't fit on these shelves that are currently stored elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is go through and choose books based on ones that I think I will read kind of in the winter. So I'm thinking like atmospheric, spooky, gothic fantasies, any cozy romances, or just general winter settings. And then also books in series that I still haven't finished, so the next book in any series that are unfinished. I'm going to prioritise those and then see what space we've got to work with. So without further ado, let's pick some books. one full TBR cart. I need to now make the TBR jar, and then hopefully we can use this to pick our November reads. I've written out all of my prompts and put them into this little jar. Now I just need to fold all of these up. There are over 100 prompts in here, ones that I've kind of thought of myself, ones that I've seen other people do, and then I kind of looked up online. So excited. We have a TBR jar. I'm so excited. I think I said this in my intro video, but these are my favorite BookTube videos to watch. I don't know why. I'm maybe just nosy, but I find them so satisfying. Like, I love the idea of picking out a prompt and then having to like hunt down a book that fits that. I did make some edits to my TBR cart from the reel that I put in this video, because some of them I thought, wait, why have I put that on? Because I need to read this other book first. And I was like, oh, maybe not quite for November, maybe I'll wait till December to put that one on. Like Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I know I definitely want to read that in December, so I don't want it to get picked for November. So yeah, there are a few different things on here to what I initially put in the video, and I didn't film it because I did that at midnight. I don't know why I felt the need to get out of bed to change it, but there we go, that's what I did. So let's use my brand new TBR jar to why did I make that noise? To pick out my TBR for November. Okay, here we go. I think I'm gonna pick 6 prompts. My TBR this month, I had 6 books on it, and at the time of filming this, we are 3 days away from the end of November, and I've got half of my current read left and one other book which is under 300 pages, I think. Roughly 300 pages. So I think actually I'm going to get through it. And for the first 2 weeks of this month, I literally read 1 book because I read it so slowly. So I think 6 is a reasonable amount to pick from. There are also a couple of books that are not on my physical TBR, but I have ordered, that I am going to kind of keep in mind for this as well, because there are a couple that I know I want to try and get on here, like my book club pick, for instance, which I don't yet own physically. So they're in my brain, and then I do also have my Kindle up here just in case. I know there's 1 Kindle prompt in here, but also just in case anything else comes up that I feel would suit it, that I know is on my Kindle. Okay, enough chat, here we go. Prompt number 1. What's it gonna be? Oh, okay, let's go for this. Oh, this is a long one. Okay, what do we get? Okay. Ooh, a book with a non-linear timeline. Book with a non-linear timeline. So anything that jumps from maybe like present, past, or something like that. Okay. I think The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue has a non-linear timeline. I heard Freya talk about this book. She's been reading it at the moment. So July 1715. Oh, March 2014. So yeah, this is definitely a non-linear timeline. So I could pick this one. Let's have a think if there are any more on here. I think that might be it. I think it's finally time. This has been on my TBR for so long. I'm kind of nervous. This is one of those books that I don't know why, but it intimidates me because I know so many people absolutely adore it. But then I've also heard people say that it's really boring. But I do love V.E. Schwab's writing. The Darker Shade of Magic trilogy I read years ago, and it is one of my favourite ever trilogies. I completely fell in love with it. And I've also read her middle grade, like her 9 to 12 series. What's that called? City of Ghosts. It's right here. This one. I've read this trilogy as well, and that's written for children, but that was good fun. Okay, let's do it. Let's add The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, book number 1 on my November TBR. Woo. Prompt number 2. Mixy. Okay, is this one? Yeah, this is one. Oh gosh, this is another long one. Okay, this is a nice one. A book with flowers on the cover. Okay, there are a few that I could pick for this one, so let's pull some off. So first of all, I do have a couple back here. I've got Ghosted by Jen Ashworth. This is one that I actually bought a few years ago, back when I was a bookseller, and I was shelving the books in the Waterstones branch that I was working in at the time, and saw this cover and I was like, I love that. Like, how gorgeous is that? It's a person but with their face covered up by flowers, and it just really spoke to me, and I think that this could be a really good one for November as well. So basically, one morning, just a regular morning, the main character Laurie's husband disappears, left his phone, left his wallet, absolutely zero trace of him having gone, like he should be there, and she doesn't tell anyone. So she basically goes about her day-to-day life and then finally reports him as missing, but obviously that leads the police to be suspicious because she took so long to report it. So she becomes kind of a suspect in the case. She kind of then starts to reflect and look back on her life and kind of what happened and tries to unpick this. It says on the front a love story, so I think the romance aspect is going to be quite prominent in this. I think it's more of a literary fiction than it is a thriller, and that's just kind of like the overall plot line of it. So yeah, I'm really intrigued and excited about this. So this is an option. I could also, again, this is one that intimidates me and I'm not sure I'm ready to read it. I could also pick Metal Slinger. There we go. So this has flowers on the cover. It also has these gorgeous sprayed edges as well, so flowers on the edges. So I could pick that one. I think that's it in terms of like books with clearly having flowers on. Do you know what? I actually think I'm going to go for Ghosted. I forgot that this was on my TBR. So yeah, and it's been on there a while. So let's tick that off. Let's get Ghosted by Jen Ashworth on the TBR. Book number 2. Let's pick out prompt number 3. I'm gonna go for this one. Okay. So I'll show you first actually. Is it? Comes first alphabetically by author. Okay, so do I go... No, I'll do it properly. I'll go author surname because that's how books are categorised, by the author's surname. So, funnily enough, I've just picked A. So, have I got any other books with an author's surname A? Oh, I've got Pity Party by Daisy Buchanan. That's a B. So that could be an option. Oh, okay. No, we've got it. The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. This is the second book in the Winter Night trilogy. So The Bear and the Nightingale is book 1. This is book 2. It's been a while since I read book 1. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before that I read it. I think it was last year. I don't think it's been that long. But actually this is nice, kind of like late autumn winter reading because it's got quite a cold wintry setting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to read up on what happened in book 1 because I can't really remember it. But I do love Catherine Arden's writing. I read also last year The Warm Hands of Ghosts, which was a standalone by her, and that was absolutely beautiful. It was one of my favourite books of last year. I enjoyed The Bear and the Nightingale. I think not as much as I'd hoped, but it was still really good. So I know I'm going to read the rest of the trilogy. Okay, so it's time. The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden is book number 3 on my November TBR. Prompt number 4, and we're gonna go for this one. Ooh, I think this is a little one. Okay. A pink cover. Okay, so a book with a pink cover. I think I've got 2. So I could either choose Pity Party by Daisy Buchanan. Because I've got one literary fiction on my TBR already, I'm not sure that I want to put another one on. But then the only... Oh, is this pink? Does this count as pink? Can we count this as pink, do you think? Like, I know it's kind of got black, but it does have pink there. And I don't really want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'm ready to start a new series when I've got so many on the go. And this would mean that I would be finishing another series and I really desperately need to read this. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I make the rules. It's my TBR. Don't come for me in the comments. So, for book number 4, I'm going to choose A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. This is the 4th book, the final book in the Ember Quartet. So An Ember in the Ashes, the first book. I've read all 3 other books this year. So for me to finish a series within the same year is basically unheard of. So I'm definitely going to do it. We're going to choose A Sky in the Storm for book number 4. One of the most incredible series. If you don't know, it follows a... My leg's going dead. Been sat in that position for too long. Okay, we're going to move her. It's a multiple perspective narrative following a young girl who basically her parents were unalived by these people called the Masks, and the Masks are basically the like military force in this world, and they're called the Masks because they have these silver masks that basically attach to their faces, so once they become a mask there's no going back. That is them for life. And her brother has been kind of caught up in some kind of movement to do with all of the politics, and he is taken to a prison, and she basically goes to seek out the people who are moving against the government in this world, and ends up being recruited by them to go undercover as a spy to tend for the governess of this kind of big military academy that are churning out these masks. And the story goes on from there. And we also see the perspective of the son of that governess, and then his best friend as well. And it is just absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the most gripping series I've ever read. Like, my jaw was on the floor in book 1. I rated it 5 stars. Book 2, even better, 5 stars. Book 3, 5 stars. So I know that this is going to be a 5-star read for me. I don't know why I've not read it yet. I'm too scared. No. But here we go. Let's do it. It's time. We have now got 4 books. So we've got 2 more prompts left to read. Left to read? Left to choose. Here we go. Prompt number 5. Let's go with this one. Oh, this is another long one. Okay, what does it say? Newest addition to your TBR. Okay, I'm going to use this to get my book club pick on here, because it's not on here, but I have only just added it to my TBR. Like, I don't yet have it physically, but it is on the way. So it will be the newest addition to my TBR. And in my mind, it's the newest addition to my mental TBR. So the book that I'm going to pick for this, newest addition to my TBR, is The Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is my book club pick for this month. It is a academic rivals romance set during the war. And for anyone who knows me, books set during the war are some of my favourite stories ever. I don't know why. I think it's just like the background conflict and the whole idea of grief and what these characters are going through behind the scenes that I just think raises the stakes, and they rip my heart out into shreds, and I love it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. So book number 5 on the TBR is going to be Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Final prompt. This is shaping up to be a really interesting TBR. A few of these books I don't think I naturally would have picked. Okay, so the final prompt for this month, for my November TBR, is going to be, it's upside down, a book with titled chapter headings. Okay, so any book that basically has a title instead of a number as a chapter heading. What books do I really want to get on my TBR this month? I genuinely really want to read Heavenly Bodies. Does this have titled chapter headings? No, this has numbers. Numbers. Okay, it's not going to be that. What about Blood Over Brighthaven? Because again, I would really very much appreciate reading this one in November. I really wanted to read this in November. Please have please not have numbers, have titled? Yes! Okay, it has both, but it counts. Look, a titled chapter heading. Okay, done. I'm not even going to look at the rest because I know I really want to read this one in November. Book number 6 on my TBR for this month is going to be Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. This is on my 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year TBR that I posted last week. So do check that out if you haven't already. This has an academic setting. It is a dark fantasy, and all I know is that it's going to rip my heart out, and I'm ready for it. I am ready to be emotionally devastated. I really want to go into this knowing as little as possible, so apologies for not telling you what it's about, because I don't know myself and I don't want to know. I want to experience this, not knowing anything else about it. So book number 6 on my November TBR, the final book on my November TBR, is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. So here we have it. The 5 physical books, but also Divine Rivals. So 6 books that we have on my TBR for November. This is a really interesting stack, and I am so excited. I should put this to the bottom so we can see it. Yeah, I am so excited to read these. So let's recap. Ow, my ankle. So I really hurt my ankle, and if I catch it at a bad angle, it really hurts. Let's recap my amazing November TBR. So book 1 was a book with a non-linear timeline, and for that I chose The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Prompt number 2 was a book with flowers on the cover. I chose Ghosted by Jen Ashworth. Book number 3 was The Author's Name Comes First alphabetically, and that ended up being Catherine Arden, A. So The Girl in the Tower, which is book 2 in the Winter Night trilogy. Book number 4 was a pink cover, and for that I chose A Sky Beyond the Storm, which is book 4 in the Ember Quartet by Sabaa Tahir. Again, I'm telling you it's pink. Don't come for me. Book number 5 is one that's not physically here, but is on its way. So to meet the prompt, newest addition to your TBR, I chose The Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. The final prompt for my November TBR was a book with titled chapter headings, and for that I chose Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. Okay, there we have it. My November TBR, all done. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you're not sure what to comment, leave me a jar emoji for my first ever TBR jar video. Let me know as well if you have read any of the books that have ended up on my TBR, or also if you're looking at this thinking, Joanne, why did you not pick that book? You should really read that book, please. Also tell me below. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.